to me. She wasn't feeling well.
Yeah, she was sick the other day, too.
Okay, CJ, whenever you're ready. All right, perfect. All right, good evening. It is Thursday, April 3rd. We will open the Halliwell Multi-Generational Building Committee meeting at 6:03. First item on the agenda is roll call. Mr. Nigerian? Here. Mr. Punchak?
Here.
Ms. Paulus?
Here.
And the co-chair is here. We also have Mr. Pendergast and Mr. Carullo, as well as Mr. Bargman and Mr. Tobin from BH+A. Second item on the agenda is public comment. Any public comment from the public?
No.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Feel free to pipe up anytime. Thank you for being here. Then third item on the agenda for discussion, consideration, and action, meeting minutes from our March 20th meeting. Give everybody a moment to review those. And if there's no further comment or amendments,
I'll make a motion to approve.
have a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
after the second, I have a comment on an amendment to the minutes.
All right, well, let's make it now then.
Okay. So on page 1, bottom of paragraph 5, I don't think the words "even with the plan" or "absent" need to be in there. I find that slightly disturbing.
You know what, Mark?
I think we could change it to Joel and the co-chairs will reach out to the town planner
Okay.
on Monday. That would be my suggested amendment.
All right.
Thank you.
You can blame AI because that's what put the
Yeah,
minutes together.
Yeah, I've watched the AI.
All right, thank you for that amendment. All right, looking for a motion to approve with the amendment.
So moved.
All right. Perfect. All in favor? Aye. All right. Then on to our next item, which for discussion, consideration, and action, updates from BH+A. So I'll turn that over to you, Joel.
Hit the front lights just to...
Sure, go right ahead.
Actually, you can walk right around with it instead of standing.
All right, thank you. So what we want to talk about tonight is the site plan, the updates. There was a plan update that was requested following our meeting last week. It was requested that we prepare some preliminary elevations for discussion, and so we're here to present that tonight. We did, as the minutes requested, follow up with Mark on setting up a meeting to review the site, and before that, we met with our civil engineer, Parr, who's here based in Rhode Island, and their wetland scientist, who's also here in Rhode Island, and went over the site. We prepared a more detailed and updated drawing that's in 2 steps, so if I can have the next slide. The first is something similar to what we presented last week, but it just expanded the parking in front of the building a little bit. The parking goes east-west. The building fronts on the parking lot. What the advantage of this orientation is, it gets as many parking spaces close to the door of the building as possible. And then the side of the building that has the multi-purpose room is on the side that faces the nice field and the oak tree. So our plan's been updated to reflect this orientation and that site plan. The light gray is the existing road. Just point out that the existing road is curb to curb is 30 feet wide until you get down to where it crosses the wetland just north of the basketball courts. And then it narrows down to 27 feet at that point. The grade continues, the basketball courts and the road are all new surface, milled surface on the existing road. So it's not creating any new intrusion into the wetlands, but you can see it is in the area of influence, which is the orange line here and the orange line up above. So The new construction is all outside of the zone of influence, the new parking lot and the building. The building was located so that should you ever want to do an addition, the addition was designed to go on to the right side of the building, and there's sufficient area to get what was configured and to allow future parking. So this parking lot's designed for the phase one. It has 54 spaces total. There's another 6 spaces up at the basketball court. And, you know, if we build the addition, or if you build the addition at some point in time, then more parking would be required. So the parking lot could come down off of this side and expand in here. The little rectangle north, the light brown area is the community garden. It can go in a number of areas, but we thought that was nice because a truck could come in, drop the packages of fertilizer and that, and any other supplies that need to go to the garden. So it's a sort of convenient location. It's also in a good, I think, in a good location. This, where the building is on a little bit higher of a plateau where the old building was, and right at the traffic circle, it sort of steps down, and where it slopes down to the basketball courts, and then it slopes down again to the wetland area. So the garden, we put it on the lower side as opposed to the higher side, but it could conceivably go on the back side of the building if you wanted to. In between the garden and the basketball area is an area that's about 3 feet lower than the building. So the way we had envisioned it, just for planning, to make sure that there was enough site area, is that's an area that the site could drain to, and then that would be a detention basin. A detention basin is the storm water comes off the building or off the parking lot, goes into that. It's also known as a rain garden, but a detention basin wants to let the water flow out of it over time, and then it gets into the groundwater or it goes into pipes into the wetland area. So PAR initially with our drawing earmarked that, thinking that that higher area is higher above the floodplain and higher above the water table. The water table exposes itself when you get into the wetlands, so for detention, where you want the water to percolate, we were trying to get it up higher, but again, that's something that can be worked out over time. The area of new asphalt is just 24,000 square feet. We're removing over an acre